century, wireless technology integrated with the human body was nothing more than science fiction. But today, Wi-Fi connected devices like heart rate monitors and sleep trackers have become common parts of American life. How has bionic technology evolved so quickly from science fiction to reality? And what could this Internet of Bodies mean for our lives moving forward? RAND researchers are studying this phenomenon and what consumers and policymakers need to know as we veer into uncharted territory.
The Internet of Bodies, or IOB, is actually an ecosystem. It's a bunch of devices that are connected to the internet that contain software and that either collect personal health data about you or can alter the body's function. We think of the Internet of Bodies as this collection of all these devices as well as all the data that the devices are gathering about you. And in healthcare, it's Internet of Bodies has been around for quite a while. With the advent of the internet, it makes a lot of sense to connect your pacemaker to the internet so that your doctor can be automatically notified if something weird happens, if there's an anomaly. It's natural in a lot of ways to want to understand more about your body, how it functions, how well it's doing.
IOB devices could revolutionize healthcare. Unprecedented amounts of personal health data could inform treatment plans that are completely tailored to a patient's needs.
There are pills now that have an electronic sensor that let a healthcare provider know whether you have taken the medication. Other things like precision medicine. So precision medicine is the idea of creating pharmaceuticals or
Sorry, did she just say there's pills you can swallow? What did I say a long time ago about people taking medication? We have no idea what the fuck is inside of medication or how long shit has been in there. But now all of a sudden you can take a pill that you swallow and it's going to talk for you. It's going to tell somebody everything about you.
treatment, like specifically for your body, for your personalized treatment. And I think IOB could really help with that because nowadays a lot of healthcare is based more on, average reactions, whereas with data from IOB devices, you might be able to really more precisely treat a certain disease.
But the Internet of Bodies won't be a cure-all. In fact, the largely unregulated market poses risks to the uniquely sensitive data these devices collect.
First of all, there's the cyber risk of an actor potentially hacking into the system, whatever it might be. There's the privacy risk of all this data that's being collected, and the regulations about that data are really murky at the moment. And so there's not a lot of clarity into who owns the data, what happens to it, who it gets sold to, how it's being used. And there's even potentially national security and global security risks.
A few examples of these risks have already played out in real life. For instance, in 2018, highly sensitive information about U.S. military activity and base locations was inadvertently revealed by soldiers' fitness trackers. So this is a pivotal moment. What can we do to make sure we reap the potential benefits of the Internet of Bodies without risking our privacy, security, and personal autonomy?
Consumers should be wary of IOB devices because as it's becoming more and more popular, all of this intimate data is being collected, arguably more intimate data than we've ever really recorded before. There's no clarity on what is being done with that data. With an old mechanical pacemaker, there's no data that was being collected and stored, and you could look at a history of someone's heart rhythms. Because policy tends to lag behind innovative technologies like this, it's probably up to the consumers and to the healthcare patients to really be aware of the devices that they're using and what is happening to their data, and to know what the regulations are in their particular state, because it does vary so much state by state. Even if you think you're not interesting or that nothing will happen with your data, there are a lot of unknowns that I think we need to be careful about.
I don't know what to tell you, people. Hang on a minute. You can come over here to this website, and they actually have a free full document PDF that you can download. I'll leave a link in description. People, you need to read this. If the stuff that they've got out there, that obviously they've either been introduced, going to introduce, that people start using, is beyond belief. I kind of read and skipped because there's a lot to read on the actual PDF document. It even got to the point where there's a device where you can stick up your vagina and it tells them how your vagina's doing. Yeah. If you think I'm joking, download the PDF and read it and keep reading it. Go through all the devices, because there's a device for everything, okay? A device, a tracking, tracing, motherfucking device for everything. But yeah, once again, I will leave the link for this where you can find this report. Well, you can read it. It says read online, or you can I suggest you download it. That way you can increase the size of the print or whatever if you need to. Mega, mega interesting, people. And like she said, whether you think that, you're of no importance and got nothing to hide or whatever, that's not what it's about. Like, how intrusive does this shit need to get? Like, this is beyond a joke. It's way past. I mean, I can laugh about the vagina thing, but when the funny side of it like disappears, this is just bullshit. And you think they're not going to introduce this? They will. They will, because what are they going to hold over your head? It's a blackmail thing. It's going to be, well, if you don't have it, we won't pay you. If you don't have it, then you can't go into a store. If you don't have it, this is all blackmail. This will all come down to blackmail. I mean, they're already doing it now. Like I said in my live stream yesterday. It's all blackmail. You can't come into a restaurant unless you download the app. That's blackmail. You can't go here unless you give them your address, whatever, this, that, yeah. That's blackmail. If I did that to you, you would have me charged, arrested, thrown into jail, fucking killed. But you allow them to get away with this stuff. And I'm not saying that all this technology is bad. Of course, there is technology that, if people need a hand or whatever that they have for some odd reason through an accident, they've lost a limb. I mean, that's fucking great. That's just awesome. But when you read through all of this is now getting to the point where it's just a mind fuck. Okay, there's no other way to put this. It's a mind fuck as to how many things they have where they can track and trace and whatever on different parts of your body. And you've got to look at the fact that if you have one of those and somebody else can actually access that, would they at some point, if they got pissed off with you or if it got hacked and somebody got your info, could they push a button and blow your fucking brains out? Could they push a button and stop your pacemaker? Could they push a button and whatever? Just read. Do yourself a favour and read through that PDF or online, whatever. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. Happy reading, people. All I can see is lots of connected vaginas out there.